Are you thinking about visiting Quy Nhon in Vietnam? And maybe you've seen Bai Xep, little fishing village nearby, and you're not sure if one or the other or both would suit you. Well, we originally planned to spend an entire week in the beach town of Quy Nhon. Everything we read suggested it was a smaller and less touristy alternative to places like Da Nang and Nha Trang, which sounded great to us. Then, while researching the area, we discovered the tiny fishing village 20 minutes around the coast. Bai Xep looked beautiful, but it also looked so small that I wondered whether I'd get bored spending the entire week there. So, if you're considering Quy Nhon or Bai Xep, which one should you choose? Quy Nhon sits on Vietnam's central coast, roughly halfway between the better-known cities of Nha Trang and Da Nang. It's been appearing on more travel radars recently as a quieter alternative to both those places. It promises beaches, excellent food, and a more local Vietnamese atmosphere. The obvious option would have been to stay in Quy Nhon and visit Little Bai Xep for a day. But the more we looked at it, the more we thought Bai Xep was a place that fitted our travel style and deserved a little bit longer than that. Pauline can settle beside a beautiful beach for considerably longer than I can before starting to wonder what else there is to do. So we divided the week. 4 nights in Quy Nhon first, then 3 nights in Bai Xep. Turns out that Quy Nhon wasn't quite the place we'd imagined. From what we'd read, we expected a relatively small and relaxed coastal city. Instead, it felt much closer in scale to those other bigger cities like Da Nang and Nha Trang. There was plenty of traffic, a large build-up beachfront, and all the noise and activity you'd expect from a busy Vietnamese city. But there was one important difference. While the other cities attract large numbers of international visitors, most of the tourists we saw in Quy Nhon were Vietnamese families enjoying their own type of beach vacation. That shapes the kind of destination Quy Nhon is. There isn't a long list of attractions or organised activities designed to keep tourists entertained. Instead, the vacation routine seemed fairly simple. Late in the afternoons, families would gather on the beach before crossing the road to the long line of seafood restaurants overlooking the water. For us, the appeal wasn't ticking off sites, it was wandering around the city, trying local food and seeing how Vietnamese families enjoyed their own beach vacations. The food was generally cheaper, more local and sometimes required a little bit more guesswork, which to be honest is often part of the fun. We found some good coffee shops and an excellent dim sum restaurant that became one of the food highlights of the entire trip. While there wasn't a long list of conventional attractions within the city, Quy Nhon was also a very useful base for exploring the surrounding coastline. Less than an hour away are places like Kai Co Beach, often described as the Maldives of Vietnam, the dramatic cliffs of Ao Gio, and boat trips to Hon Co Island. There are also sand dunes, fishing villages and historic Cham towers scattered around the wider region. So the city itself may not keep you busy ticking off tourist sites, but there's plenty worth exploring once you travel beyond it. And we were happy exploring the city for a few days. But after 4 days, neither of us felt that we needed to stay any longer. If you're planning a visit, we've also written a companion blog post with more practical details about both places, including where we stayed and how we divide a week. You'll find the link in the description. We stayed at the 5-star Grand Hyams Hotel, where our huge ocean view room on the 29th floor gave us stunning views along the coast. The hotel also had a pool high above the city overlooking the beach, so the accommodation itself was one of the highlights of our stay. The biggest disappointment was the beach. Quy Nhon has a long, sweeping stretch of sand right in front of the city, and from a distance it looks quite impressive. But the water regularly had a strange brown tinge along the shoreline. Whatever the cause, it didn't look particularly inviting to us. We'd arrive expecting Quy Nhon to give us a combination of city exploration and beach time. The city delivered, but the beach not so much. By our fourth day, we'd enjoyed finding interesting places to eat and experiencing a coastal city that still felt predominantly Vietnamese, but we were both ready for some downtime. So we packed our bags and moved just 20 minutes down the road. On arrival in Bai Xep, we could immediately tell that this would be a very different experience. Our taxi stopped at the end of a narrow lane, and that apparently was as far as we were going. The driver hopped out of the car, unloaded our luggage and waved goodbye. So we grabbed our suitcases and began dragging them through the middle of a fishing village. The lane was narrow, the homes were close together, and there was barely enough room for the occasional motorbike to squeeze past. But then the lane opened onto this little cove with golden sand, fishing boats and beautifully clear blue water. Within the space of 20 minutes, the traffic, building and noise of the city had disappeared completely. This was the beach experience we'd hoped to find in Quy Nhon, but we didn't. Our hotel was Haven Boutique Hotel, right beside the beach at the end of the village. It had a more relaxed 3-star backpacker feel, but our private beach view room was large and comfortable with a balcony that had a view worth way more than the price we paid. The attached bar and restaurant served our included breakfast, along with inexpensive lunch and dinner options. Our days in Bai Xep were completely different from our days in the city. Pauline would sleep in while I got up early to watch the sunrise and walk along the beach. After breakfast, we might go for another walk and have a swim. Then it was back for a light lunch and some time sitting on our balcony looking across the water. Later, there might be another swim before happy hour. Then we'd sit with a cocktail and watch the seafood restaurants setting up their tables on the beach as local fishermen arrived with the day's catch. That was about as demanding as the schedule became. And after several weeks of moving through Vietnam, it was exactly what we needed. We didn't feel as though we needed to fill the day. The contrast was probably clearest around sunset. From our hotel balcony in Quy Nhon, we'd watched hundreds of people heading to the water. From our balcony in Bai Xep, we might see 10 people enjoying the pristine water below. We'd gone from a busy Vietnamese beach city to a tiny fishing village where life appeared to move at an entirely different pace. Yet the two were only 20 minutes apart. So close that we could still see Quy Nhon Beach and our previous hotel across the bay. For us, Bai Xep was easily the favourite of the two. But that doesn't mean that we should have spent the entire week there. The village has only a limited number of places to eat, and there isn't a long list of activities or attractions to keep you entertained. That simplicity is a large part of its appeal. But eventually that same simplicity could begin to feel limiting. 3 nights worked beautifully for us, although I probably could have stayed another day or two quite happily. But after that, I would have been ready for somewhere with more food choices and more things to explore. Bai Xep has some of the atmosphere people might associate with an old-fashioned backpacker escape, but it wasn't dominated by young party travellers. It felt equally suited to more seasoned travellers who wanted somewhere simple, peaceful and beautiful. But you do need to be ready for a place with fewer choices of things to do. So, should you stay in Quy Nhon or Bai Xep? Quy Nhon makes more sense if you enjoy exploring cities and want plenty of food, coffee and transport nearby, as well as an easy base for day trips along the surrounding coast. There are still tourists, but most of them are Vietnamese rather than international visitors. Bai Xep is a better choice if you're looking for natural beauty and quite a beach and somewhere that lets you stop thinking about what you should be doing next. It isn't completely isolated. Getting back into Quy Nhon took us only 15 or 20 minutes and cost very little. Although our rideshare driver needed a bit of help finding the correct pickup point among the village lanes, but once we're in the car, it was an easy and scenic drive. That closeness is part of what makes Bai Xep work. You can enjoy the feeling of being tucked away in a tiny village in the middle of nowhere without actually being hours away from a city. But if you have a week available, we think the best answer might be to stay in both places. If we returned and had another week in the area, we'd definitely still divide it, although maybe I'd have 3 nights in the city and 4 nights to relax. We'd start in Quy Nhon while we still felt like exploring and finding interesting places to eat. Then we'd move to Bai Xep and let the trip gradually slow down. Staying in both also helped us appreciate each one more fairly. If we'd booked the whole week in Quy Nhon, we probably would have become increasingly disappointed by the beach and the busy city atmosphere. If we'd booked the whole week in Bai Xep, we might eventually have become frustrated by the limited choices. By combining them, we enjoyed what each place did best without expecting either one to provide everything. Sometimes two places are so close together that changing accommodation feels unnecessary. It seems easier to choose one as a base and visit the other for a few hours or a day. But Quy Nhon and Bai Xep reminded us that distance doesn't determine how differently two stays can feel. One gave us plenty to explore, the other gave us space to stop. For us, the best answer wasn't choosing between Quy Nhon and Bai Xep, it was knowing when we'd had enough of one, we were ready for the other. So, which would suit you? Would you prefer the food, activity and local city atmosphere of Quy Nhon, the beauty and serenity of Bai Xep, or would you also be tempted to split the week and experience the difference? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy discovering different ways that travel can fit into a life after 50, subscribe and join us as we keep exploring what works for us and what might work for you. Anyway, that's enough for now. I'll see you at the next stop.